Hey Aquarius, it's Tanisha from Tanisha's Tarot. I'd just like to start out this month by just expressing my gratitude for all of those who've watched my videos, liked my videos, subscribed to my channel, and even those who have requested personal readings or sent through donations. Like, it's all really greatly appreciated. I feel lucky to be able to do this and for it to help people out there and for me to be a conduit of these messages. So yeah, without further ado, here we go. These are mini love readings. I let around 3 cards fall out, and then from there we sort of investigate the story further with a couple of clarification cards. Alright, that was the first one. That was the middle one. Oh look, you're having a fun time after having a less fun time, and in the end you work out great. Okay, let's go into why I think that might be the case. The 5 of Cups here is a cup that depicts a person looking back over these spilt cups. However, behind him is 2 cups that are upright. Now, this is symbolic of somebody who's looking back over the past. They're focusing on the past, on something that they can't change, and this has their attention at this point in time. And as this is a love reading, this is like you looking back over past loves, or this may be comparing a current love or a current love interest to people from the past or a person from the past. So this is all about dwelling in the past. Meanwhile, the 3 of Cups tells us of celebrations and socializing and interactions with others. So it can also allude to a third party situation where there may be like more than one person that you're seeing, or that you may be not the only person being seen, you know. So either way, that could sort of have you looking over the past. Maybe you're sort of half seeing someone from the past and you're getting to know someone from the present right now, and you've kind of got your bases loaded. Now, if that's the case, that, you know, those kind of arrangements usually have a fairly short time frame. You know, they have a use by date. Somebody always ends up getting cranky. And then somebody always ends up getting hurt. And then often the person who's trying to juggle a bit others around usually ends up standing there by themselves. But, you know, in some cases, rare cases, I'm sure this works. But generally speaking, that's how I've seen it kind of play out. Now, for the fact that the card that sort of, you know, wraps this up is the Strength card, it's telling me that perhaps that 3 of Cups isn't so much about you and, you know, some sorted ménage à trois, more that you're socializing and you get out of this looking to the past thing, you come into the present and you end up finding your strength, which is very Aquarian. You know, you guys bounce back. You don't, you know, dwell on your shit for too long. You kind of, you know, you might go there, indulge for a moment, but you will come back into like the more joyful side of life. So yeah, this Strength card is about courage and confidence and conquering those beasts. So conquering those demons that you started the month with here. Alright, let's have a little look at what the clarification is for the 5 of Cups. Alright, you've got 2 here. One is the 5 of Pentacles and the other one is the 6 of Pentacles. So we have progress. 3 of Cups, clarification please. Ooh, we have 2 coming out here. This speaks of choices and inaction. So that, yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Strength, clarification for the Strength card. Okie dokie. Alright, so I may end up having to eat my words here because some of these clarifiers have sort of, yeah, they're bringing to light what's going on. Alright, So you are dwelling over the past, and this is bringing up insecurities for you. The Five of Cups is feeling left out in the cold. So with this coming up as a clarifier in reverse, this is telling me that you decide to stop feeling left out in the cold, and then you're trying to balance things back out. So, you know, sometimes when we're trying to balance things out, we can kind of pendulum swing over to the other side. So from feeling lonely and, you know, left out in the cold and dwelling on the past, and then you consciously try and balance things out, what the story seems to be telling now is that you do get amongst it and you do socialize, and then you do find yourself with, you know, decision that you don't really want to make. So the Two of Swords is about decision making, and you're not seeing the options, and you're uncomfortable with the truth of it, but you know you don't make the choice, and that's why it's in reverse, because you don't want to choose. So as a clarifier for the Three of Cups, this is telling me that you're not choosing between one or the other. You're juggling. This is a juggling thing. This is suggesting that you're juggling. And the King of Wands, this is also inactivity and indecision. So the King of Wands is usually strong and knows his direction, whereas in reverse he doesn't know his direction and he's not being strong. So you go from feeling insecure and alone to then kind of having more than, you know, you're juggling here. And you're not making a choice to let either one go. You're kind of playing this, you know, keeping all the balls up in the air. Now, the Strength card, now this is like the story that's being told here. I don't have any, you know, this is right and that's wrong or anything like that. It just is what it is. But what this tells me is that you actually gained strength from this situation. Now, let's forget about the collateral damage of if anyone else is kind of hurt by it or confused by your actions or whatever, because this reading isn't necessarily about them, it's about you. But yeah, you are strengthened by these sexual encounters. This is what I'm hearing. This is what these cards are telling me, because the Ace of Wands is often a first passionate encounter. And so as a clarifier for the Strength card, it's telling me that you have been strengthened by these passionate encounters, you know. So, cheeky Aquarians out there, I'm so tempted to just be the voice of reason and be like, you know, make sure you think about other people's feelings, blah, blah, blah. And you should, definitely. But what I see here is that your pendulum swung from feeling a bit alone and sad to then getting amongst it and then probably getting a bit carried away. And in all of it, you were just trying to find your strength. Now, I'm not saying the means justify the ends, but the story that's played out here is just, yeah, you will have to make a choice at some point. And, you know, every action has a reaction. And if everyone's consenting adults and everyone knows it's just kind of like a good time, not a long time, then perhaps it all works out. And, you know, you personally end up recharged from it all. But, yeah, just keep it real. That's a good rule no matter what you're doing. Keep it real and have the, you know, balls to, or have the, you know, courage and strength here to be honest about where you're at. People respect you more for that, rather than sort of juggling and being inactive or indecisive, you know, these ones. So be that passionate, strong guy, girl that can say it like it is, with tact though, mindful of people's feelings. Anyway, it ends up good for you, and you have a lot of fun along the way. So happy September, Aquarius, and thank you for watching and subscribing. And if you'd like a personal reading this month, please use the email address below. And yeah, if you want to check in next month's readings, just click subscribe. Okay, see ya.